It is the most anticipated game of the 2014 Arizona High School lacrosse season. The Desert Vista Thunder, ranked number 1, taking on the Brophy Broncos, 2-time champions. It's all coming up next on our Encore Gamecast. Welcome to Brophy Sports Complex. We're in Phoenix, Arizona, and tonight a great matchup, 1 versus 2, as a visiting Desert Vista Thunder, 6-0 in-state, taking on 7-0 Brophy Broncos, riding a 41-game win streak amongst those in-state competitors. There's Desert Vista. They're led by Dan Lannon. He is in his 7th season. He's done a sensational job, really turned this program around, and very quickly becoming one of the winningest coaches in the state of Arizona. Desert Vista coming off a big 13-1 win over Corona. They're led by truly several of the great attackmen in the state. Stephen Votto, number 28. Number 3, Anthony Abades, who has a chance to break the all-time scoring record. He's had a big season this year. He is over 50 points already on the season. And on the defensive side, young man heading to Duke next in a couple of seasons, Cade Van Raphorst, still only a junior, regarded as one of the top defensive players here in the Grand Canyon State at the Arizona high school level. But Dan Lannon knows that this is going to be a tough game. Brophy brings in a lot of versatility, a very deep bench. And Bo Pick, in his 6th season, 88-4, in-state record here with Brophy, and a tremendous coaching staff to boot. A lot of depth over here with the Brophy team, and they're led by Ryan Murray, who's going to have to put some points up here on the board if Brophy hopes to win this game. He's number 11. Number 12, Anthony Iannitti. He is listed as a defensive player, but I think he also plays a defensive mid. And he is a young man who may have to step up here and make some big plays. And a young man who has made a lot of big plays this year, Will Swift on the defensive side, the senior. He's having a big season. So the stage is set. You got Brophy. It's Desert Vista, 1 versus 2. Last time these two teams met was in the state championship game last year over at Chaparral High School, and Brophy won it their 2nd straight, 6-5. Reserve your next sporting event today with APM Video Sports. Call 623-936-5585 or go to our website at apmvideo.com. Our athlete recruitment films have paved the way to over $35 million in scholarship offers. Today's game is being brought to you by the Arizona Lacrosse League and our Encore Gamecast. Go to ArizonaLacrosseLeague.com for more. And we're back here at Brophy Sports Complex, reminding you our next Encore Gamecast, Pinnacle versus Horizon. You can watch that on the ArizonaLacrosseLeague.com. That game will be played on Thursday. We'll have it up on either apmvideo.com or the Arizona Lacrosse League on Friday. All right, the two goalies, truly one of the best. Brad Nordstrom, the senior goalie, looking to three-peat, and Brad Hokum, another senior goalie, as number 22, Eric Fishman, will be going up against Lance Pavlina, a senior long stick midfielder, and we are set to go. The opening face-off as they battle at midfield, and Desert Vista Brophy, 1 versus 2 respectively, is underway. Who wants the opening face-off? As the two teams continue to battle for that opening face-off, and it is going to be Brophy. So the Brophy Broncos control the first possession, and this is Eric Fishman, one of the most reliable players on this Brophy team. Hard to believe already in his senior year, and he is a young man who does a lot of the intangibles. As they get the ball over to Corey Pitt. Pitt's had a fine season this year for Bo Pick. Both teams coming in undefeated. First quarter action, we are scoreless, just underway. We featured Ryan Murray, who's coming out of X, looking to dodge, and now swings it around. As the Broncos settle into their 6-on-6 offense here. This is Fishman attacking from the right of the crease area. And now has to scoop it up and pushed out into the near side alley, and now top of the for Miller. And Miller takes the first shot of the game, and the save belongs to Holcomb. Another opportunity, and who wants the loose ball here? And a scoreless tie. We're in the first quarter. Nice ground ball there by Fishman. Get it back over to Murray, and they'll work it around. Gelfie, number 4, one of the quick players, probably on not only on Brophy, but in the state. Miller looking to dodge, moves left, still has it, still eyeing the goal. Tried to spin on the defender, get it back out to Fishman. So a long possession here for Brophy to start the game. Corey Pitt, 23, back over to Miller, who had a monster game in the regular season matchup last year between these two teams, where he scored 8 points on 6 goals, and he starts off the Desert Vista Brophy game here on this April 1st with a big-time goal, and Brophy strikes first on a shot by Miller from the right side with 9:53 left to go, and it's 1-0 Brophy. So he has scored 11 points in the last 2 regular season games between these two teams. Last year, as I said, he had, 9. He has 9 points altogether. This is our second face-off and picked up by Desert Vista. So outstanding job by Matt Ho. Dad is one of the assistant coaches for Dan Lannon in his 7th season as head coach of the Desert Vista Thunder, assisted by Harrison Crawford, John Brasi, Jeff Kuhn, Eric Ho, and Cody Wood. So the first possession of the game, better than 2 minutes into the contest, and this is the first possession of the game for Desert Vista, who comes out in the dark blue with the gold trim. And Brophy, of course, dark pants, white tops. And I know we mentioned it quickly in our pregame, as the dodge comes right of the crease. Now they work it out top. Good ball rotation here by Desert Vista. They got a man and they have found the promised land. Stephen Votto gets a support pass from Ryan Kuklis. And we're tied at 1.
Desert Vista goal number 20 is Stephen Votto. Ryan Kuklis.
So that ties it up with 8:58 left to go here in the first. Votto scoring his 36th goal on his 36 point on his 23rd goal of the year. These two teams met twice last year, once in the state finals. Brophy won both games. They won the state championship 6-5 at Chaparral High School. The other game, a 10-8 victory for the Brophy Broncos, was played over at Desert Vista High School's football stadium, and that was a very physical game. So a 1-1 tie, we're in the first. Votto and Miller have scored respectively for Desert Vista and Brophy here in the first. One of the things we were talking to Dan Lannon prior to tonight's game, the fact that he feels that his team has a lot more confidence. This shot is not going to count. No shot, and it's a crease violation against the leading scorer in the state, Anthony Abadessa, the senior attackman. 1-1 tie, we're in the first quarter. But he feels that his team has a lot more confidence. But in actuality, this game, not to say it doesn't mean anything, because I think it does. I think it's a chance for Desert Vista to turn the corner. This is going to go against Desert Vista, so a 32nd infraction over there. And this will go against Abadessa, so our first man up belongs to the Brophy offense. So they'll be in the man up for the next 30 seconds and a 1-1 tie, first quarter action. But he feels like this game, as important as it is for his team to turn the corner and try to make a statement to this Brophy team, there's a good chance these two teams are going to meet in the finals anyway. And these two teams could play 2 or 3 times during the regular season. As long as you win the last game, that's the one that matters. Here's a shot by Miller, who's already scored. And he left that one a little wide to the right. And that will keep the game at a 1-1 tie. Brophy coming in, riding a 41 in-state game-winning streak. Another opportunity right of the crease, and it was no good. That time the shot taken by truly the sophomore sensation on this Brophy team, Alex Paul, who has a couple of underclassmen, and the sophomore Paul, number 14, and then we'll see Patrick McNeil also out there, the forward, or the freshman, midfielder for the Brophy Broncos. They got a couple of young guys that are getting a lot of playing time here in 2014. Here's a nice dodge. Here's a shot, and it was wide to the right, no good. Well, a good dodge there by Alex Paul. Nice job of that sliding defense there, turned in by Desert Vista. This could be one of the top defensive teams in the state, and you can see they like playing physical. Murray was in the right place, swing it out to young Miller. He's going to take a left-handed shot and knock it down. Miller has scored the first 2 goals of the game for the Brophy Broncos, and they regain the lead with 6:26 left to go here in the first. They lead it by a score of 2-1. So the Broncos and the White Tops moving from right to left. Our 4th face-off. Desert Vista won 2 of the first 3, and now they battle with 24, Ryan Kuklis, who is one of the best in the face-offs, and Eric Fishman also a tremendous one. Brophy gets this one, and they will take possession with a 2-1 lead here as we approach the halfway point of quarter number 1. Well, you can watch all our Encore Gamecast or our Arizona Lacrosse League Game of the Week at Arizona Lacrosse League website, or you can go to APM Video. We have an Arizona Lacrosse League page there. You can watch all the games anytime you want in high definition. I'm Jeff Lowry. Glad you could join us here tonight. It's Brophy and Desert Vista. And I'll tell you what, many of us, as this play was broken up, Anthony continues to battle. Shine with the ball there, and now over to the right side where Alex Paul is being harassed defensively by Ryan Kuklis. I'll tell you, this has been a game I've been looking forward to this for weeks now. And this one broken up, intercepted by Van Raphorst, who, of course, his father, the quarterback, outstanding quarterback for Arizona State a couple of years ago. And he's going to clear this one for the Desert Vista, something that he loves to do coming out of that defensive position. And a nice job. They had the numbers for a moment, but then Brophy clogging up the middle and doing a good job there on defense. And now Desert Vista with Abadessa in possession of the ball. Pat Barlow, number 7. Pat Barlow is one of the quickest defenders on this Brophy team, and he'll be very active here today. Here's a shot, and I don't know what happened there. Votto may have just lost the handle on it. That ball went sailing out of bounds. And apparently there was a slash in there on Jake Gelfie, number 4. Attack midfielder, so now Brophy in a man disadvantaged situation on defense. Abadessa, number 3, got to watch for him. He is having another big season. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he's been playing since, I think he's been playing varsity, maybe even as way back as 8th grade. We gotta still verify that. I think he definitely was there as a freshman, if memory serves me correct. Desert Vista, a good win there, Chris Schaefer. Schaefer, a defensive senior, and pulled the trigger on the shot and left it a little wide. They'll keep the score at 2-1 Brophy as Brad Nordstrom, along with Alec Larson, is probably the 2 premier goalies. I know there's a couple of others. The one thing you have to watch for this Brophy goalie is that I think he does this better than most goalies that you'll see. Is Fishman trying to attack left of the crease, get it to Gelfie out of X, is that he gets the ball, if there's a save, he gets the ball out quickly. He's looking for an outlet. And I think he does it better than anybody, at least this year. Now Larson probably right up there with him too. And Nordstrom doesn't waste time, and he doesn't make bad decisions. It's not like he's just getting the ball and then getting it out there. He's got great vision for on those passes as his shot's wide left. Brophy with a 2-1 lead. Couple of scores from Daniel Young-Miller. Gelfie working over there in the alley on the far side. Now Young-Miller with the midfielder. As we mentioned, had 6 goals, 2 assists in their regular season matchup with Dan Lannon's Desert Vista Thunder a year ago. One of the things, talking to Dr. Fishman, the father of Eric Fishman, and our scorekeeper up here, our public address announcer, as Ryan Murray with a great ground ball there. That was a fine play. Took a lot of skill to corral that bad boy. As Brophy's trying to add on to a 2-1 lead, they take the shot, and that's going to be a save, the third for Brad Hoker. And they finally corral it, and now Desert Vista with a chance maybe to walk it up into their offensive half. Dr. Fishman, I have to agree with him. I think it might be a lower scoring game here, and I think you're going to see both teams settling into their offensive half, and I don't think you're going to see a lot of run and gun, so to speak, in this game. These two teams, I mean, statistically, I'm not sure how it all works out, but I would imagine these are probably the 2 top defensive teams in the state of Arizona. Now we're going to get a stop and play. We got a timeout here. Desert Vista will call the first timeout, or is it Brophy? I believe it was Brophy. So here in the first quarter, the Broncos with an early 2-1 lead, about 1:36 left to play here. As Fishman and company return, Young-Miller is number 21 for the Brophy Broncos in the white uniforms. Coming off a 16-9 victory over Gilbert. They have won 3 titles in the last 4 seasons. Bo Pick has been the head coach here 5 years, plus this year 6. In the last 5 years, he's won 3 of 5. And Brophy has been in the state championship game 8 consecutive years. They're 5-3 overall. Won their first state championship in 2007 with an impressive victory over Chaparral. Their first state finals was in 2006, and they lost a good pitcher's duel against the Chaparral Firebirds. And that was the Jeff Stroop and Ben Wolf, the end of that era. I believe the final score in that game was 5-4. Here's Murray. I think Murray's going to have to put some scores up there today if Brophy's going to win. Lost that one, but Young-Miller was in the vicinity, and the senior midfielder picks it up. 2-1 Brophy. They scored at the 9:53 mark on a goal by Daniel Young-Miller. Scored again to make it 2-1 at the 6:26 mark. The only score for Desert Vista is Daniel starts to build up here, and then looks like there's going to be might be a slash here against Desert Vista. And that's going to go against Lance Pavlina, the talented long stick midfielder, or is it going to go against Landon Sabori? I think it's going to go against Pavlina, so he's going to take a knee here, and Brophy for the second time will be in the man advantage. But Votto got a pass from Kukulis with 8:58 left to go here in this opening quarter to cut it or tie it at 1-1, and then Miller scored again, as I said, about 6.5 minute mark to give Brophy their current 2-1 lead. They're looking to add on to that 2-1 lead, but we'll have to wait. That's the end of the first quarter. Brophy 2, Desert Vista 1. Arizona Lacrosse League action will return in just a moment. Brophy Sports Complex, Brophy 2, Desert Vista in the dark uniforms 1. As we are getting set for the face-off to start quarter number 2. Daniel Young-Miller, a pair of goals, representing both scores for the Brophy Broncos. Stephen Votto on a great pass from Kukulis right around the 9-minute mark in the first quarter. Gave Desert Vista their only score here in quarter number 1. We start quarter number 2, Brophy 2, Desert Vista 1. Brophy riding a 41-game win streak in state, the second longest in Arizona Lacrosse League history, and Van Raphorst strikes again as he intercepts the ball and now races into the DV offensive half. Votto getting the pass, took the shot, and there's a save by Brad Nordstrom. I believe that's the first save of that first half of the contest. Nordstrom had a couple of shots on goal, but they were wide and wouldn't constitute a save. And now Desert Vista settling into their offensive half, trailing 2-1. Ryan Lewis. And this pass, a little behind, and Will Edwards had it for a moment, and now we're going to get a stop in play. I think we got a push here, and it's going to be Brophy ball. John Wagner, 17. Back to Swift. And up ahead to Mark Frakes, the long stick midfielder. And Mark may have lost the handle on it. Good Desert Vista defense, and the Thunder will take over. David Singali, senior midfielder. A lot of seniors, a lot of juniors on this roster, mainly a senior-driven team. And I think Desert Vista knows that, this is a year that they've got to win a state championship. Ranked number 1 by Lax Power coming in. And they can hurt you offensively with the presence of a Rafael Vargas. There's a save for Nordstrom. He is 2 for 3. Good job there, and there's that great pass leading young Miller into the offensive side of the field for the Brophy Broncos. He'll pull the trigger, and another save, the 4th by Brad Hokel. Quickly up to Cade. Cade across the halfway line into the Brophy defensive half. As they try to attack right of the crease, this is Votto being picked up there by Will Swift, who we featured at the top of the broadcast, number 30. And I'll tell you, this is a young man who has done a great job. He has brought a physicality to the field here for the Brophy Broncos, and he's really having an all-state season out of that defensive side for the Broncos, and he wears number 30. Gives him some size back there in that crease defense area. They almost lost that one. Now Ryan Kuklis. Kuklis, number 22, Pavlina, 24. Max Jensen in there, a junior midfielder on that second line for Dan Lannon's team. Boy, nice ball fake there, but then I don't know if Swift may have got a stick on that one. It was picked up out of X, and now, it looks like a crease violation on Desert Vista. No call as they continue to battle for possession, and they got it. Max Jensen. Outstanding ground ball for Desert Vista, but they trail 2-1 here, minutes into quarter number 2. Brophy led 1-0 and 2-1. So we've had one lead change, one tie after the initial score. Somebody's got to tell me if a lead change is 1-0 constitute a lead change. I don't think it does. And a steal and a nice job by Griffin Timmons, a senior midfielder. And now Nordstrom will conduct his team to spread it out, and he quickly gets it up to Pat Barlow. Barlow up ahead, and Will Swift, the defender, races in behind the net. Turner, great look there, and the result is a goal for Corey Pitt, and the Broncos lead it 3-1. So Corey Pitt here in quarter number 2. Good job there by Swift. And the assist goes to Turner. So that makes it 3-1. The face-off, Pavlina, 24. Nope, he is Gabe Suarez, number 11. Suarez, one of 3 big transfers for this Desert Vista team in the offseason. They lost a pretty good sophomore defender in Loken, but they pick up some outstanding midfielders. And Jason King will take a knee over there, so he's in the penalty. And Brophy will be a man up again. This is like the third time in the first half. They are a man up. John Turner, number 2, lost the ball. Scooped up by Kupfer, but he couldn't corral it, and eventually it's into the face of the Desert Vista goalkeeper. And now they throw it away. Brophy has the numbers. It's a 3-on-2 here, and broken up behind, and that's Matt Ho, number 8, and he eventually gets a support pass. He has it broken up now, and we're going to get a hold against Desert Vista. Jeff Van Raphorst couldn't believe the call over there. Special thanks to Lisa Gelfie for all the work that she's done and making us here at APN feel welcome here tonight at Brophy Sports Complex, and all the people here at Brophy and Desert Vista. And Dan Lannon, thanks for spending about 20, 25 minutes with me the other day and getting an idea of what kind of a team we would expect here. This is a team that, I'll tell you what, offense, defense, they have it all, even though they have been held to just one goal through the first quarter and a half of this contest. Let's see if Votto can get them off the schneid here as the Desert Vista Thunder trail it 3-1. Thought about taking a shot, coming in there, racing in, and intercepting the ball was Griffin Timmons, number 10. And he's going to get the support pass back from his goalie, Brad Nordstrom. Races up along the near side. Good defense there. Broken up there by Max Jensen. Ball comes loose, and it's Cade Van Raphorst with another outstanding individual play. He's had about 3 good clears, and he's made some tough plays on defense. Desert Vista, and a great save by Brad Nordstrom. Almost at point-blank range, he races over and picks it up along the near corner. What a tremendous play by the senior goalie of the Brophy Broncos. Now Young Miller trying to corral it. And they battle with Vargas. We're going to get a push in the back here. It's going to be Desert Vista possession here halfway through quarter number 2. Brophy leads it 3-1 over the visiting Desert Vista Thunder. Desert Vista, if you're just joining us, the number 1 ranked team in the state of Arizona. Undefeated, 6-0 in-state record. Brophy is 7-0, riding a 41-game win streak. They are coming off back-to-back 17-0 seasons. The only team in Arizona Lacrosse League history, as we got a timeout, to go 17-0 in a season, and they've done it the last 2 years, as Dan Lannon talks it over with his Thunder on the far side. 5:24 left to play here. A reminder, our next game on APN Video Sports and our Encore Gamecast, brought to you by the Arizona Lacrosse League, will be Thursday night's game. Scheduled for over at Shadow Mountain High School. If you have time, come on out. 32nd Street and Shea area, Shadow Mountain, home of the Matadors. And it will be Pinnacle and Horizon. Broken up nicely there by Barlow. And Abadessa, this is going to, let's see what Abadessa can do out of X. Racing around, boy, I thought he was going to pull the trigger that time. He did not. Fine job, Timmons, with the scoop up to his goalie and quickly up to Will Edwards, one of the leaders on this defense for the Brophy Broncos. He's had a tremendous career. And now the speedy Jake Gelfie. Gelfie will now up top. 23 Corey Pitt back over to Young Miller, who scored the first 2 goals of the game for the Brophy Broncos. Now gives underhanded flip to Fishman, and Fishman throws it over the head of Young Miller, but it was corralled as Corey Pitt was Johnny on the spot. Good job. Brophy in possession, white uniform, leading it 3-1. Miller trying to create. He'll work it around, and a nice job. Oh, and that was Van Raphorst once again. He broke up that pass by Fishman. Fishman tried to get Gelfie as he was breaking towards the crease. As they continue to battle, and Gelfie comes up with a big ground ball here. 4 minutes left to go here in the first half. Fishman being harassed defensively. King in there, good defense, but a yellow flag is down. Let's see what the call is here. This is going against Desert Vista. I believe that's on Jason King. So 30 seconds. Another man-up advantage situation here for the Broncos. This is the fourth time they've been in a man-up in this first half. Young Miller, and he tried to go top shelf, left it high. Brad Holcomb with 4 saves. Nordstrom with 3, and those are unofficial numbers so far. Good ball rotation there. Alex Paul, the sophomore. And not sure where that pass was heading. It's heading up towards the center line, and we're going to get offsides against Brophy. So Desert Vista with a chance to draw within 1 as they trail 3-1 here. Second quarter of action. Van Raphorst will clear it for Desert Vista. Desert Vista in the dark uniforms trailing 3-1 to the two-time defending champion, the Brophy Broncos, a team they lost to in last year's championship, a game in which it came right down to the wire. It was a 6-5 victory for Brophy, who won their 3rd championship in 4 seasons under Bo Pick. Interesting, both Bo Pick and Dan Lannon. Lannon in his 7th year, Bo Pick for Brophy, the head coach, in his 6th year. Both coaches are very close to Dave Henning's all-time win record for most wins for an Arizona high school lacrosse league coach. When Dave Henning retired a couple of years ago, as this shot is going to be wide, Votto a good look, and I believe he said he was 98 wins, and both Lannon and Bo Pick are very close to catching up with Dave Henning. Here's a shot and a save, and the 5th of the day for Holcomb. Didn't have a lot of mustard on that one, and so Holcomb will get it up to Van Raphorst. He looks to clear again. He's had a handful of clears in this game, and I'd say 4 of the 5 have been pretty impressive. So he'll walk back as he brought it into the Desert Vista offensive half. Under 2 minutes left to go here. 3-1 lead as Brophy on top here. Young Miller, a pair of first quarter goals. They scored again in the second. Pitt. And now here is Brophy on a build-up with an opportunity to add on to their 2-point lead. Desert Vista settles back into their defense, getting back quickly. Good job there. 16 is in there. That's Aiden Howard. Howard, a very talented, quick player. Junior midfielder. Alex Paul. And a nice look, and coming in behind the crease was Ryan Murray. Ryan Murray scores, and it's 4-1 Brophy here in the second quarter. Paul will get the assist. 48 seconds left to go here. And Brophy all of a sudden looking awfully good as we are within 50 seconds of halftime. Fishman on the faceoff. Trying to get a faceoff win here for the Brophy Broncos. They continue to battle, and it is finally corralled by Young Miller. Inside of 30 seconds left to go here. And we're going to get a timeout. This will be a Brophy timeout. With now 31.5 seconds left to go, and Brophy with a 4-1 lead. Here's Fishman on the restart. Fishman being harassed there defensively by Chris Schaefer. And now wants to work it around X. He will pass to try to find Gagne. Gagne, a big part of his game is he delivers an outstanding pass to Corey Pitt, but he lost the handle on it. Young Miller kind of running out of time here in the first half. Great defense. Van Raphorst, he'll clear it all the way down, and that will close out the first half. Great defense by Desert Vista, but here at halftime, it is Brophy, the team on top. Two-time defending champions. They lead it 4-1. The second half of our Encore Gamecast, presented by the Arizona Lacrosse League, will continue in just a moment. Reserve your next sporting event today with APM Video Sports. Call 623-936-5585 or go to our website at apmvideo.com. Our athlete recruitment films have paved the way to over $35 million in scholarship offers. Today's game is being brought to you by the Arizona Lacrosse League and our Encore Gamecast. Go to ArizonaLacrosseLeague.com for more. We're getting set for the second half of this Brophy Desert Vista contest on this April 1st, 2014. A reminder, our next Encore Gamecast coming up Thursday, Pinnacle versus Horizon at Shadow Mountain High School near 32nd Street in Shea. Go to ArizonaLacrosseLeague.com or APNvideo.com. A 4-1 lead for the defending two-time champion Brophy Broncos, who come out in the white uniforms, black pants or shorts. And the face-off win, the third of 7, won by Desert Vista. And they come right out and attacking Brad Nordstrom in goal and getting the first shot. It looked like Brad may have gotten a piece of that one. Not too many direct shots on goal in that first half, and I'll tell you, Desert Vista was not very aggressive on the offensive half in that first half, and we did not see a lot of aggressiveness out of one of the top scorers in league history, and Anthony Abadessa. But, you know, the one thing, you go into that locker room and the coaches make the adjustments. I would imagine that Desert Vista is going to be much more successful from an offensive standpoint in the second half than they were in the first half. Of course, scoring only one goal, they only have one way to go, and that would be to go up. So a 4-1 Brophy lead, Desert Vista in the black. 21 with the ball, Rafael Vargas, an outstanding junior attackman, and he is shaking and baking, trying to get clear of Frakes, and good defense over there by Mark Frakes, the junior. A 3-point lead here, third quarter action just underway. Swift, good, tenacious defense on the right side. Both teams have, as Abadessa trying to create, and he has been very unselfish. David Zengali over there with the pass as they work it back out of X, and now Rafael Vargas. This is Abadessa, and he's picked up there by Barlow, number 7 of Brophy. He starts to dodge, and he had it stripped away, getting set the pass. I think that might have been Will Swift, who got the long stick on there, and some tremendous Brophy defense, keeping the deficit at 3 as Brophy leads it 4-1 here, early stages of the second half. I'm Jeff Lowry with APN Video Sports. Our website is apmvideo.com. A key ground ball there. And let's see if Desert Vista can put a point up on the board. Here's Kukulis. And a nice job by Will Edwards, one of the top defensive players in the state of Arizona at the high school level. He'll ride him all the way through X. And now the pass out front at point-blank range, and it hit the pipe. Boy, a huge break there as Vargas was off by just a couple of inches. Desert Vista will restart it. Boy, did Brophy really dodge a bullet there. And now swimming through the defense is Votto. He goes top shelf, and it's 4-2. Steven Votto has scored. And he has accounted for both points here today for Desert Vista as they cut the deficit to 4-2 with 9:21 left to go here in quarter number 3. Face-offs, Brophy 4, Desert Vista 3 so far, and this one's going to be awarded to the Thunder. What a night for Lance Pavlina. So Desert Vista scoring inside of 3 minutes into the third quarter, and now they have the possession again as they settle in a 6-on-6. Max Jensen, he's made some big plays here tonight. And that one stripped away. Can Brophy get the ground ball? Daniel Young Miller, and then eventually it was Frakes. Good job by Mark Frakes and Miller collaborating. So that will give Brophy a chance to get it up into the offensive half. Now Brad Nordstrom, the goalie, and trying to tell Frakes to stay behind the line, and that's an offsides against Brophy. And now Desert Vista with a pickup and a quick restart, and they take a shot at the goal, and it was just wide right. Well, it was a great attempt by Max Jensen. Couldn't quite get the open goal as Nordstrom had come all the way up to midfield. Nonetheless, Desert Vista has possession, and they trail it 4-2 here. 8 minutes left to go here in quarter number 3. It's the number 1 ranked Desert Vista Thunder and the number 2 ranked and 2-time defending champion Brophy Broncos. Both teams coming in undefeated the first time they have met. Brophy winning both matchups last year in the championship. They won their second straight 6-5 over the Desert Vista Thunder, and then beat Desert Vista over at Thunder Stadium, the football field there at Desert Vista High School, 10-8. Votto running the offense. Kyle Kerner, another talented midfielder and only a sophomore, and he will take the shot and get it. And this game is now a 1-point affair. So Kerner scores with 7:36 left to go, and now a 4-3 ball game. So Votto has scored 2 here tonight for Desert Vista. Kerner just scoring to make it 4-3 as Desert Vista has cut the deficit to 1. Corey Pitt battling, and Pavlina with another face-off win. And I'll tell you what, it may not have played a big part of that first half face-off wins, but here in the second half, Desert Vista has won all 3 face-offs, and they have 2 points as an end result. So here in the third quarter, Desert Vista trailing Brophy by a score of 4-3. Votto and Kerner with goals here in the second half. Brophy got 2 goals in that first quarter from Daniel Young Miller. Pitt scored on a Turner assist, and then Paul found Murray with 48 seconds before halftime. And that's how Brophy got their points. Brophy has led 1-0, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, and now lead 4-3 here in the third quarter. 6.5 on the clock. Look at this defensive matchup there. Like Drake, number 18 for the Brophy Broncos. Good job. And now forcing Desert Vista to restart. Third quarter action, 4-3 Brophy. Votto 28, one of the leading scorers in the state of Arizona. They'll work it out of X. What a sensational job by Barlow as he knocked that ball away. It came loose, and fortunately Nordstrom was right there to corral it, and Frakes will clear it for the Brophy Broncos. And then he'll lose it. Can he keep it in play? And it's scooped up there on a nice job by Ryan Murray. We got a timeout. Brophy will call timeout. We're in the third quarter. It's the Brophy Broncos in their first matchup of 2014 against a team they played and beat in the state championship game last year, the Thunder of Desert Vista. 4-3 Brophy halfway through the third. And welcome back to Brophy Sports Complex. Jeff Lowry, our APN Sports Encore Gamecast, presented by the Arizona Lacrosse League. Miller with 2 first quarter goals. Got Brophy out to a quick lead, but now that lead has been trimmed to 1. As they lead at 4-3. As they settle in the 6-on-6 here. And here is the dodge, and now pulling up and throwing it away was Pitt. Corey Pitt, and it's going to be a ground ball in midfield. Look at Abadessa. He's got blazing speed. He's going to give it up, and they could not get it. What a job by Brad Nordstrom. And a late flag coming in. A 2-on-1. It was a breakaway as Abadessa, and that is the one thing we have not seen a lot here, and it's not a critique of Abadessa, but he has been very unselfish. He's trying to get everybody involved in the offense, but that time you just figure that maybe he should have just taken that one to the house. So a personal foul going against Brophy, and now they are in they're down 2 men. So a double man advantage here for Desert Vista. We're in the third quarter. Well, I'll tell you, Desert Vista, a golden opportunity right now to tie this thing up. And here's the good look, and look at Brad Nordstrom again. All 3 of his saves here in this third quarter have been spectacular. Ryan Kuklis. And a good job, heads-up play there by Anthony. Disrupting the offense there. They'll take the shot. Nordstrom again. 4 saves in this third quarter alone. And the lead is preserved at 4-3 Brophy. In the white uniforms with the black pants, black shorts, long pass. Well, he put that one pretty much right on the money, but then it was stolen away. And you can't say enough about Cade Van Raphorst and the job that he has done here tonight. His physical play around the crease. He has forced several turnovers. And now Kuklis doing a good job of eyeing over the field, and he finds a man on the right side, and I think Nordstrom may have gotten hurt on that play after another sensational save by the Brophy senior goalkeeper. 4-3 Brophy here in the third quarter. And another ground ball, but instead John Wagner of Brophy trying to scoop it up. Being harassed over there on that far side, the alley over there on the far side. Now Brophy, who needs a goal here. They haven't scored since the 48-second mark left in that first half, when Paul found Murray and made it 4-1 Brophy. But here in the third quarter, it's now Brophy 4, Desert Vista 3. You're watching APN's Encore Gamecast, presented by the Arizona Lacrosse League. Scheduled to have at least 10 regular season games, and we're hoping to bring some playoff and all-star games. Now Miller looking out of X. This is Gelfie. Gelfie with a lot of speed. Picked up there defensively. Good job there by Van Raphorst. He's a tough guy to get around, no question about it. Brings somewhat of a football mentality to this game. You can do that to some degree, though. This is more of a finesse game. Though I think many times you see football players come over here and play this sport, and they sometimes have somewhat of an adjustment to make because football is such a physical game. And Van Raphorst, he's built like a middle linebacker out there, and he's truly one of the top players. And you talked about this Desert Vista team and coming so close to a title last year. Here is a big-time right by Corey Pitt, and a much-needed goal there for the Brophy Broncos. Pitt scores his second, and here in the third, with just 2:07 left to go, the Broncos back up by 2 at 5-3. All right, big face-off here for Brophy because they have lost all 3 face-offs here in quarter number 3. Pavlina still battling out there for Desert Vista, and they do it again. 4 for 4. Let's see if they can convert on this. They've converted on 2 face-off wins. Here's the dodge by Ho, and Matt pulls the trigger, and a little off mark that time, but Desert Vista will reset. Good job by Rafael Vargas. This is an outstanding-looking young man in terms of what he can do on the field. Coming in, number 21, 31 points on the strength of, and a very balanced game, 18 goals, 13 assists. And I wouldn't be too surprised if Rafael Vargas doesn't put one into the back of the cage before this night is over. So a 5-3 lead for the Brophy Broncos. We're in the late stages of quarter number 3. Down to the final 90 seconds. Timmons, not bad defense, strips it from behind and then picks up the ground ball. He has that knocked away, but Barlow was there. Pat Barlow playing like the great senior leader that he is. And the Brophy Broncos was swift. Alex Paul. Paul has an assist here tonight, and he's looking for a chance to put his team back up by 3. Their largest lead of the game. Boy, we got flags all over the place, and it looks like Brophy will have a chance, a great chance of scoring here as they will go in the man up. With 1 minute left to go here in quarter number 3 as the officials can converse about this latest personal foul. So a push is going to, as we're just under a minute left to go. Third quarter action. So Brophy a man up. Boy, if Desert Vista, they're right now very pivotal part of the game. They're down by 2. And they come up with a steal. Excellent defense. Lance Pavlina. And now the buildup. And very wisely, the long stick midfielder will, well, we're going to get a timeout, Desert Vista. That was a smart play by Lance Pavlina. Boy, what a job he's done. 4 for 4 in face-off wins here in this third quarter alone. And Desert Vista, who has trailed by as many as 3, down 5-3 here, looking to get maybe to within 1 before we go into the final period of play. We play 4 12-minute periods. If we're tied at the end of regulation, we'll go to a 4-minute sudden death. First goal, golden goal rules. First goal wins. Jeff Lowry, 8 p.m. Video Sports. It'll be interesting to see if they just run out the clock. Well, there's a yellow flag down. We'll sort this thing out. Yep, we're going to get a illegal motion. This is going to have to go against the Brophy Broncos. So a 30-second penalty as Jack Ducey. Abadessa will restart it, but we're going to run out the clock. We are heading to quarter number 4 in the big marquee game of the Arizona Lacrosse League schedule. Number 2 Brophy with a 5-3 lead over visiting and number 1 ranked Desert Vista. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Brophy Broncos will start the fourth period of play a man down in their defensive end, and now Desert Vista trailing 5-3. Got a couple of goals from Votto, their second leading scorer this year. Not only in goals, but in total points to Abadessa. And he pulls the trigger and finds the promised land up top, and that's David Zingali. So the shorthanded, or the man-up goal for Desert Vista comes with 11:42 left to go here in the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden it's a one-point affair. So Zingali scores. We mentioned the fact that they have won all 4 face-offs to start the second half of play. They continue to battle, and they've done it again. Let's see if they can get the equalizing goal. Now, Desert Vista has never led in this game. The only tie in this game, besides the 0-0 to start things, was a 1-1 tie after Votto scored with 8 minutes and 58 seconds left to play in the first quarter. But right now, Desert Vista with a chance to equalize. Desert Vista in the dark uniforms. On offense right now, led by Matt Ho, number 7, and now they'll work it around. Abadessa, so dangerous coming out of there. This is Ryan Ryan Lewis is number 7, excuse me, not Matt Ho. Ho is 8. And now out of X. Votto, who has scored a couple already. Will Swift will be called for holding. But it's a delay penalty. And now Abadessa attacking, passing it off, and Votto dropped the ball, and that will allow the officials to go ahead and enforce the technical foul. So a hold on Will Swift. And you got an injured player here. I believe this is Pat Barlow, and it looks like he is cramped up a little bit. So Will Swift, I'll tell you what, you can't take anything away from Will. That was just good, hard-nosed defense. Maybe got a little too much into the grill there. It was a situation where, you know, obviously they had to call the hold, but it was, and we got another flag coming in. Desert Vista down 5-4, looking for an opportunity, and Nordstrom will corral what I guess was a shot. And now Brophy finds themselves again in a double, Desert Vista's in a double man advantage. This is the second time in this second half, and here's a big left by Abadessa. Only the third shot he has taken here tonight. And the score remains Brophy in the white uniforms 5, Desert Vista 4. They will restart with Ryan Kuklis. Over to Abadessa, fakes a pass, pulls the trigger, and I believe that was another save for Nordstrom. 7 in this second half alone. I had him down for 4 in the first half. So he's had a big second half, but Desert Vista has been a little more aggressive offensively. We got a release and another big right hand, David Zengali, his second. As the Brophy player was released from the penalty area, Zengali again up top. Blast is one through with 9:41 left to go. And we are locked in a 5-5 tie. Face-off advantage, Desert Vista 7, Brophy 4. And now Brophy gets their first face-off win here in the second half. Prior to that, it had been 5 in a row in the second half for Desert Vista, and they got a couple of points off of that. Daniel Young-Miller, 21. Fishman back to Miller. 5-5 tie. 9.5 left to play here in regulation. The winner of this game will clearly be number 1. Right now, it's according to Lax Power, Desert Vista is ranked number 1, Brophy 2, Sabino is 3rd. I'll tell you right now, Brophy need some offense. They've been very quiet here in the second half. They've scored only 1 goal through the first 15 minutes of play. And now Fishman. He finds Gelfi, and he attacked from the left side and went top shelf. And the Brophy Broncos have regained the lead at 6-5. Gelfi with 8:55 left to go on an assist play by Fishman. 8:55 on the clock, and a lead at 6-5. And another face-off win. They have won 6 of the 7 here in the second half. Has the team in the dark blue, the gold trim, the Desert Vista Thunder, the number 1 ranked team in Arizona. Kuklis. It looks like they're content to slow things down. Vargas. Back over to Kuklis, 22. And now they'll give it up to Abadessa. He'll be guarded by Swift, and the shot is good. Abadessa finds Steven Votto, and he had a powerful right hand, and he finds the back of the cage, and just like that, we are tied at 6 apiece, 8:21 left to go. That is the third score that Desert Vista has had here in the second half off a face-off win. So now let's see who will counter, and Brophy will get the possession here off that face-off after the infraction by the Desert Vista Thunder. Now Corey Pitt in trouble. Miller. And that swarming Desert Vista defense. Failure to advance Desert Vista's possession. Fourth quarter action. 8 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter, and we are tied at 6. What a game we have seen here tonight. Brophy Sports Complex, I don't think that you could ask for any more. Brophy, the number 2 ranked team. Desert Vista has been ranked number 1 after beating Brophy in a preseason tournament, which I think if you ask Bo Pick or Dan Lannon, that really doesn't mean a whole lot at this point, but it's given Desert Vista a chance to hold the number 1 ranking most of the year. Abadessa flashes the crease and still has it. Good defense by Will Swift. Really surprised he did not try to take the shot that time. Well, he is so elusive, no question about it. But 2 big goals by David Zingali. Votto's last goal just moments ago, his 3rd of the night. He's got the hat trick. And we're tied at 6 apiece. As we approach the 7-minute mark, here's the dodge, here's the shot. And Nordstrom again. The ball stays alive. Votto tried to go downstairs, trying to change that eye level of the Brophy goalie, but he missed it wide right. But Desert Vista continues to have somebody pretty sharp back there at X, and Rafael Vargas. The largest lead of the game, Brophy led 4-1 at the half. Right now, 6-6 tie. Good look. Wraparound shot. They're going to wave it off. And a crease violation on Abadessa. So now Nordstrom and Brophy has it. Boy, what a sensational goal. It did go in. Frakes trying to clear it for the Broncos. 6-6 tie as we approach the 6-minute mark here in the fourth period of play. Miller over to Pitt. And now coming into the game is Fishman. Fishman. And look for Fishman and maybe Gelfie to try to hook up again. Now Gelfie. Great speed. Working from the right, that right wing area. Or the alley over there, as they call it sometimes. Here's Corey Pitt. That guy at the bottom of the screen there almost looked like when somebody stands in front of a movie theater scene. Here's Fishman looking. They'll work it back out top, and Miller may have taken his eye off the ball, but is able to corral it, no pressure. Desert Vista in a somewhat of a, well, let's see, is this a zone or is this a man-to-man? Looks like maybe a man-to-man here. Clogging up the middle with what has been pretty good defense here tonight, especially in the second half. Gave up 4 first-half goals, 2 here in the second half. Corey Pitt. Got to get Gagne going here for the Brophy Broncos. Haven't heard from him, but they've clogged up the middle, and that takes away his game. Those backdoor passes to him has been so effective for Brady Gagne, the outstanding attackman for the Broncos, but he just hasn't really had it that many opportunities here tonight for the Broncos. Now Fishman starting to dodge. He swims through the defense and finds Gelfie, and Brophy regains the lead at 7-6. Well, that's been a lethal combination here of late. 4:41 left to go. So Fishman to Gelfie, and it's 7-6 Broncos. Anything can happen. Don't go anywhere. One of the most exciting games, if not the most exciting game we've covered on APN this year. No question about it. Desert Vista and Brophy, many picking these two teams to meet in the state championship. As Dan Lannon told me before the game, he says, look, we're getting into the tough part of our schedule. This is a team that we're confident that our team can win and take this thing, but we're coming into the tough part of our schedule. We're not going to take anybody lightly. We can't afford to take anything for granted. Great ground ball, Abadessa. He's been very unselfish here tonight. A big left, and it's going to be wide to the left. Nice try there by Rafael Vargas, who hasn't had too many shot opportunities. We're inside of 4 minutes left to go here in regulation, and the Broncos lead 7-6 over the Thunder. The visiting Thunder and the Broncos both come in here undefeated, the top two teams in the state of Arizona. Ryan Lewis, number 7. Boy, this is an outstanding senior midfielder, and he just proved it with bounce shotting it into the back of the cage. Past Nordstrom, we're tied again. Unassisted goal comes at the 3:35 mark. We have had 3 ties here in the second half. We've had 2 lead changes. And what a job here in the second half by Lance Pavlina, number 24 for Desert Vista, who may have just lost the ball, and they did. After getting the face-off win, now Brophy can see if they can turn this into a goal here. Desert Vista. Well, I'll tell you, the tension riding high. I'll tell you, people are quiet. I think everybody's nervous right now because it's anybody's game. Fishman, number 22. Senior midfielder attackman. Looking, and you could tell he was looking for Gelfie that time. Had it stripped away. Pitt had it for a moment. Now Gelfie's got it for the Brophy Broncos. And they'll restart it. Well, we're running out of time here in regulation. 7-7 tie. Brophy led 4-1 at the half. It was 5-3 at the end of 3 periods of play. And here in the fourth, it has been pretty much all Desert Vista as they have outscored Brophy 4-2. Nice look there. Murray takes a big right. Great defense, Chris Schaefer. Knocked him on the ground on that shot. And he left it high, but Brophy will retain possession. Well, let's see if Gagne can come up with something creative.
Let's go, TV!
I think Dan Lannon's team has done enough research to know that you just cannot allow Gagne to get those backdoor passes at will. Here's a left hand and a save by Brad Holcomb, who has done really a very nice job here tonight. 7-7 tie. Ryan Lewis with 3:35 left to go here in this fourth period. An unassisted goal to tie it up at 7. Corey Pitt being harassed defensively. Matt Ho has had a big night here defensively for the Desert Vista Thunder. Miller trying to make something happen. Now Gelfie. Gelfie looking. Pitt. Cross-field pass, and they'll work it around to Murray. Murray racing. Right of the crease. Nothing was there, then they'll work it back out top. Here's a sophomore. Alex Paul. Tried to free up a left-handed shot. Now Miller. And it looked like that one may have been partially deflected. The shot, it's no good. Brophy will reset it as we are winding down inside a minute left to go. Alex Paul one-on-one with Matt Ho. Ho, the senior midfielder. Good double team. Nice slide there by Pavlina. And the end result, Van Raphorst comes up with the turnover. And the clear. And now Desert Vista with a chance to take the lead. 7-7 tie. Timeout on the field. What a game here at Brophy Sports Complex. Timeout, Desert Vista. We are tied at 7 apiece. 47 seconds on the clock. Well, just a reminder that you can watch the Arizona Lacrosse League complete game coverage at apmvideo.com. We have an Arizona Lacrosse League page there. Or better yet, go to the ArizonaLacrosseLeague.com website, and you can watch all the games. We'll have those archived on our APN Encore Gamecast, brought to you by the Arizona Lacrosse League. I'm Jeff Lowry with APN Sports. And don't forget, our website is apmvideo.com. Book your next highlight film or your next event with us. If it's anything like this, you'll want to get it on video. Here is Ryan going to work. He scored the last goal of the game. Out to Zingali, number 39 for Desert Vista, who has had 2 second-half goals. Desert Vista trailed by 3 at half. They trailed by 2 going into this fourth quarter, but we're all locked up at 7. Swift on the defense of Abadessa. Abadessa's pass was high, but it will be corralled. We're running out of time. Lewis, he's starting to dodge. Game on the line, and the shot is no good. Ryan had a shot. He went bottom shelf, and the save by Nordstrom, who's had a big night here tonight, and we are heading into overtime. 4-minute overtime, but the first one who scores wins it. It's Brophy 7, Desert Vista likewise on the Arizona Play-by-Play Network. Jeff Lowry back here, Brophy Sports Complex. Man, what a night. What a night. Probably one of those games you would have definitely paid money to come in to see. I mean, it has been tremendous. Face-off wins, very big here for Desert Vista in the second half. The overall play of number 24, Lance Pavlina. He's going up against Eric Fishman. This is a great face-off battle. Two seniors that are so good at their craft on the face-offs. This one squirts out. Now the scrum begins. First one who scores gets it. Will win the game as Votto comes up with a face-off win. 8 of 10 face-off wins here in this 8 of 11 in the second half. And now Votto with a chance to win this game. And he has it stripped away. Thought I heard a whistle, but the ball is still alive. And this is a scrub. Australian rules going on out here. Who wants it? We're in overtime. 7-7 tie. First score will win the game. Brophy continues the battle. Brad Nordstrom in there, and an open goal. They take the shot, but there was a stoppage in play, and I'm not sure if that ball had gone in, if it would have counted or not. We got a timeout. So overtime period starts with a flurry. Three minutes, 3 seconds. 7-7 tied, still Desert Vista's possession. Jeff Lowry with APM Video Sports. Our website, apmvideo.com. That's Votto with the ball, or check that. That's David Zingali, the senior midfielder. He'll restart it. He's got a couple of goals here tonight. Griffin Timmons over there on the defense, number 10. As Desert Vista settles into a 6-on-6. And now the dangerous Abadessa, guarded by Swift. He will pass it up, and Votto scores! And this one belongs to the Thunder. Votto, his 4th goal on the 2nd assist of the night by Abadessa, and Desert Vista has defeated the Brophy Broncos and ending the 2nd longest win streak in Arizona Lacrosse League history at 41. Our final score tonight from Brophy Sports Complex, the Thunder win it 8-7. We'll wrap it up in just a moment. Well, obviously this game had everything you could ask for and tremendous drama down the stretch. Desert Vista goes to 7-0, dropping Brophy to their first in-state loss since they lost the state championship back in 2011 to Chaparral and ending a 41-game win streak. But nonetheless, you get the feeling these two teams are going to meet each other again. Well, at this time, we want to send it down to the field here. Congratulations to Dan Lannon and his Desert Vista Thunder. Votto with 4 goals here tonight. Miller and Pitt, 2 each for Brophy. Coach, congratulations on a truly huge win.
Yeah, definitely proud of them. They've prepped really well for the whole season, and this has been kind of a big target that we had in front of us. So it's good to come out of here with a close win like that. They played really well. We had to battle pretty hard too, and so it's a great win to come away on top of Brophy anytime.
Coach, I think when you talk about a win like today, and you lost last year to them on both occasions, but now that you got a win in enemy territory, does this give your team enough confidence maybe to go on and win this title?
Not with a one-goal game like this in overtime, because it could have gone either way. I think it kind of tells us what we've got to do to prepare for them if we do see them again. But we're certainly not looking past anybody else in the league. Our schedule's heavy from here on out with teams that are definitely capable of knocking us down. So we just take one at a time, and then hopefully we do see them again.
Okay, Coach. Thank you very much.
Thank you.